What's up, DS3 TV? We are back for another video. This one is Miscellaneous Myths, Enki and Ninmah. And yeah, I just kind of realized that probably going to have to do Queen Nzinga's video tomorrow for part 2 of her video tomorrow, because I found some videos today that I kind of wanted to do. And the next video is going to be pretty good, and I definitely wanted to get into it. And since this is new, yeah, we're going to get into that first. So, you know, I don't know how new Queen Nzinga's video is, but yeah, I kind of want to get into this new Tears of video after this. So, yeah, we're going to get into that. Then we'll play her video tomorrow. So, yeah. Let's get into it. Also, subscribe to the channel. I want to get 1,000 subscribers by my birthday, September 13th. And yeah, let's get into the video and play.
Every mythos on the planet has at one point attempted to answer baby's first existential question: where did we come from? Simple on paper, since the answer is typically your parents. But in practice, that simple question opens up a cascade of other questions of increasingly existential complexity. Where did the parents come from? Where did their parents come from? We can extrapolate pretty simply that somewhere along the line there has to have been a first person to be the first parent, so where did they come from? Where did the world come from, and what's our place in it? And why are we like this? Why are some people different from other people, and what does that mean? And before we knew about evolution, this was a doozy of a conundrum, all right. Plenty of answers have been proposed. Many myths posit that humans were originally created by some benevolent deity, sculpted from clay or wood or other earthly materials. In some other stories, humans instead arise by accident, a collateral consequence from some divine struggle. Pretty much the only consistent theme is that the creation of humanity is usually pretty quick and simple, even glossed over, because from a world-building angle, it doesn't really need to be complicated. Once you get a couple humans, you usually get more humans pretty quick, so that's really all we need to explain where the rest of the people come from. Not many stories really feel the need to get that much more detailed. But there are exceptions. Today, let's talk about a Sumerian creation myth that goes into extreme detail about the creation of humanity and all that entails. So the story begins shortly after the creation of heaven and earth.
Seems like the Sumerians make really good myths, so I'm kind of excited to hear about this one.
And the gods are very busy digging canals, dredging clay, and overall really living that glamorous divine life. Well, except for Enki, primordial god of water, who's been napping in his private water dimension the whole time. Enki's mom, Ninmah, hears the gods complaining about Enki slacking off and goes to passive-aggressively slap him awake and convince him to do something about it. Enki wakes up, assesses the situation, draws up some blueprints for something that'll be really good at digging canals, and hands them off to Ninmah, presumably before rolling over and going back to sleep for 5 more minutes. Ninmah, with the help of Enki's design and several other gods, sculpts the first humans out of clay and puts them to work doing all that tough canal stuff. Now that they've discovered the art of delegation, the gods relax and throw a big party. Everyone's super happy with Enki for coming up with this plan, and he's praised for his wisdom and how good he is at deciding everyone's destinies. So Enki parties it up and gets super drunk, and so does his wife Ninmah, goddess of mountains and one of the co-creators of humanity. And pretty soon, Enki and Ninmah are both super plastered and ready to make some questionable decisions. Ninmah's like,
listen up, you listen. I can do whatever I want, right? I'm a goddess. I can make a dude with whatever fate I want, good or bad.
And Enki's like,
oh yeah? Well, anything you can do, I can do something other than that. So like, I can make anyone have any fate, no matter what you do. So if you do something bad, I can give him something good. How about that?
So Ninmah grabs a big sloppy handful of that primordial creation clay and starts making dudes willy-nilly. First up, she makes a dude whose hands don't work, and Enki thinks this dude would actually be a perfect addition to the king's court, since what with this whole hand situation, he won't be able to steal the king's stuff, so he's a perfect candidate for a trusted advisor. Next up, Ninmah makes a blind guy, but Enki gives him prodigious musical skill and puts him in the king's court too. Third up is a guy whose feet don't work, and Enki makes him a skilled silversmith and also a courtier to the king. And I'm not here to sass or judge, but I think Enki might be being a bit uncreative with these good fates. Ninmah should try making someone with a healthy disrespect for authority. See what Enki does about that. Anyway, fourth up, she makes a guy whose dong doesn't work, but Enki dumps a load of magic water over him, which fixes that up real nice. Apparently, Venus doesn't work disease is caused by minor demonic possession. The more you know. Then
Interesting.
Ninmah mixes things up a bit and makes an infertile woman. Enki makes her a skilled weaver and puts her in the harem of the queen. Finally, Ninmah
That is a lot. Okay, so let's try to go back and see what that was. That was a lot.
Ninmah creates an intersex person who Enki, you guessed it, places in the king's court in some kind of position of honor. The text is both unclear and physically broken in places, so hey, we're doing our best. Side note, this king better be a good boss or Enki's gonna be real disappointed. So, Ninmah's pretty pissed, but Enki's not done yet. He takes the last of the clay and
This is a lot of people to have in your court, honestly.
creates a very busted up dude named Umul. Umul is what is medically classified as a hot mess with basically no functional organs. Ninmah tries to talk to him, but Umul is too messed up to understand her, and Ninmah is very frustrated, accusing Enki of making someone neither alive nor dead. Since Ninmah fails to find a way to counterbalance Umul's messed up fate, while Enki was able to guarantee good lives for all her creations, Ninmah loses the competition and Enki is praised as the highest, coolest god around. And so is his dick for some reason. Thanks, Mesopotamia. Anything you can do.
That's interesting. That is very interesting. This myth is sometimes cited as just so story, explaining the existence of disabled people, which is technically one way to interpret it. But I am not a fan of this because it's a bit dismissive.
I can do better.
I prefer the less casually insulting interpretation. Example that this myth explains that everyone has a place in the world, that they can thrive regardless of disability, and it's just a matter of finding that place.
I can do anything.
For the life of me, I can't remember why I put a fish on the Nikki's head, but I can't change this design now, so here we are. Okay, that makes sense. I was kind of wondering that too.
Better than you. No, you.
Alright, so I guess that's it. And yeah, so talk to you guys in the next video. Also subscribe to the channel. Want to get 1,000 subscribers by my birthday, September 13th. Sorry, I have been up literally since I've been up for a while. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I have been up for probably for a very long time. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next video, and peace.